Hey traders, John Howley. Guess what? Get ready, get ready for a movement, a little bit more downside to come, I believe, before we see actually a bit of a short-term rally out of the market. So that's the stock market. Be showing you what's happening with the mining stocks. A lot more blood that's happening in the mining sector, but guys, there's going to be some good news. I believe there's going to be some good news coming out of that. I want to share that with you. There's actually a few other things that's on my mind right now that's going to come into this market update. So let's get straight into it. Don't place a trade based on what you'll see in this video because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. Alrighty traders, so let's get straight into it. Traders, a lot of traders have been asking me for some, because I always talk about trading a system, right? So what I've done is over the last 17 years, there's been many different trading systems I've traded. So I've got my top 4 different trading systems that I use, and I've actually put it together and I'm doing a bit of a sale today. So my top 4 trading systems for only $4, and that's for today only. Very first link in the description, or just go to Johns, Johns, flashsale.com, johnsflashsale.com, and you get those 4 trading systems for $4, but it's for today only, guys. So go over there right now. So the thing that I'm seeing around about the stock market is this, is that there was, by the way, traders, is that it really is important that you know, it really is important, guys, that you're using some sort of a system to get in and get out of these markets, not hoping and praying and so on and so forth, because that's just the worst thing to do, right? Because at the end of the day, we want to know, we want to be able to track. We want to be able to track and measure what we're doing and whether it's actually working or not, right? So, you know, with those 4 trading systems for $4, you may find that a couple of them really resonate with you, or maybe even just one resonates with you, and that makes you, you know, probably 10, 20, 30, maybe $40,000 a year. You know, maybe a lot more depending when you know, and then obviously a lot more. Now, it could even go to 7 figures a year. But anyway, so the whole thing is that the whole thing is that you want to be trading some sort of a pattern, okay? Because then you want to be able to look over your month, and that's one of the biggest things that's helped me. It's called record, review, and improve. Okay, so record is just record every single trade you take. Just record it, put it into a spreadsheet or jot it down somewhere, right? And then you want to review it. Just say once a month, review. RRV is review it, right? And then improve. The record, just record every trade, because then you can step back over and then you look over the last month saying, oh my goodness, I had a 60%, you might say, okay, I've had a 60% win-loss ratio, but out of all the wins, I can see how it's got this, how I'm doing this certain thing with the wins, and the losses have this thing in common, so I can stop doing that, and then the I is improve, and that's how you get better and better and better. But have some sort of a system, because if you just every single day trading based on whim, you can't improve, right? Because you don't know what to improve on. So record, review, record every single trade once a month, review your positions, and then I improve as well. So we can see, guys, that we actually have a we had this reversal day here, and I said, you know what, traders, this little rally here is probably going to be short-lived, and we're probably going to see a new low to come. Well, we didn't actually get the new low today. Okay, we actually didn't get that new low today. What we did get is we got a breakdown. We actually had a very strong rally up, a very strong rally down, but the momentum still is on the downside, and this is something big I was saying. And it's all going back to when we're at this level here, guys. This is a do or die level. Do or die level. Do we break up or do we break down? Wherever it breaks, we're likely to, if we break up, we're likely to make a very big move up. If we break down, well, we're going to probably come and test these lows here. And that's exactly what's been going on right now. And we're almost at that level. So to me, there's more downside to come. I believe they're going to flush it here. Only because there's going to be a lot of stops in play right here. So there's a lot of stops in play right here, and they're probably going to flush it. Now, what I do believe is because we're getting really overextended, and I'll just share with you the Nasdaq as well too. So the Nasdaq actually did do what I thought it was going to do, or what the pattern said do, right? This here was the line in the sand as well too, right? Line in the sand, and we're going to break up. If we start to break up out of here, we're going to go for a big move. Look what happened. we actually broke down, and then I said, okay, cool, we broke down. You know, the bulls are not coming in. The bears are in control, and we're now getting ready to make a new low, and that's exactly what has happened. And now we're actually testing this new low. So the Nasdaq has already made a new low. We do have on the Nasdaq, we do have a very strong level of resistance back here around 12,000. So I wouldn't be too surprised if we had a maybe a bit more of a pullback. We can see here that we're making lows, lower highs, and so on and so forth, right? You can see on the days as well too, you can see how the market's making a high, a lower high compared to yesterday. Whenever you see is it okay if I over deliver right now? Okay, I want to teach you something. Class is in session. I want to teach you something. Whenever we have a strong move in one direction, when the market goes up, goes down, goes up, goes down, goes up, how I measure whether the strength in these upward legs is strong is by the lows. And if the market is making higher lows on the bar, right? This is say today. This is a low, right? This is a low right here. This is the low of the bar. This is the high of the bar. Okay, with me so far? Then guess what? Then we have, my mouse has gone crazy. All right, and then we have what? We have a higher low compared to yesterday's bar. This is yesterday. Higher low, higher low, higher low. Now, what happens is we get another higher low. We get we get another higher low. But as soon as we start to break 2 previous days bars, it's set to say that momentum is now coming to an end of that upward leg. Now I'm going advanced here. This is something that I actually teach my $10,000 private clients. But I'm going advanced here because look at this here. As we go up, look at this here. Low, higher low, higher low, higher low. When's it going to end? 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 Oh, look, high low, higher low, higher low, same low, or maybe broke 1 low but didn't break 2. Remember, we need 2 breakings of lows, okay? Higher low, higher low. Oh, look at that there. What's that there? Higher low, broke 1 low. Oh, look at this here. Broke 2 low. You know that this now move is coming to an end. And then look what happened. We're either going to go through a pullback like this and then a continuation, or we're going to start to change tune. And then so if you flip it on its head, right? If you flip it on its head, we can see when things are likely to be changing on the downside. So right now, once again, let me actually just bring this up to here. I'm just trying to find an example here, right here, right? And you can go test this yourself. On the downside, same thing, right? We have a low. So we have a high. This is a high. Then we have a lower high compared to yesterday's bar. Lower high, lower high. Okay. And then we have a high. Then we have another lower high. But if the market comes up and starts to break 1, 2 previous bars, it said that downward leg is now coming to an end. It's something that I use when I'm letting my profits run. I'm letting the market tell me instead of, because as you guys know, right, it's never what we think. It's always about what the market's doing. So if you can see here, this downward leg through here, right? High, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high. Then we have a lower high, lower high, lower high. Oh, what happened there? Boom. See that high there? What happened? It actually broke this high here, this high here. That tells you what? Now this move here is possibly, it's not 100%, right? But this move here, this downward leg, because if I'm a short-term trader, which I am, and I also have longer-term positions, but on a short-term trading basis, on a short-term trading basis, if I'm trying to maximize this leg here, when I start to get this here, it tells me that this move on the down leg is possibly coming to an end, and we're getting ready for what? Some sort of a pullback, right? And it just works absolutely just wonders, right? Look at this here: high, lower high, lower high, lower high. Broke 1 high, not 2 highs. Lower high, broke 1 high, not 2 highs. Lower high, oh, broke 1 high. Oh, look at that there. That was the end of that downward, and then we actually started the upward leg. With me so far? So again, guys, in the 4 different trading systems I'm doing right now for $4, again, link in the description, johnsflashsale.com, when you start to use those trading systems, start to use, if you want to start to apply some advanced style of exits, and this is the way the market it's gonna help you maximize your profits, and also just really it's all about really also understanding how the markets work, right? How the markets actually work, so you can actually read the market properly, right? Because like even from, you know, I remember trading on the S&P 500. Let's actually go back to here. I remember trading the S&P 500 on this pullback back here. Where is it? Right back there, right? Back here. And then I got in on the breakout, right? So I got in on the breakout here because the trend was up, blah, blah, blah. So I got in here. And then guess what? It's the same thing, right? Look at this here. High, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high. Put a sort of the same low through there. Higher low, high. Oh, did I say lower high? Higher low, 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 higher low. Look at that there. That was where the exit point was, right? Because that definitely broke two previous lows. But then look what happened. It ran up, but then it pulled back. So this point here was telling you that it's getting ready to come to an end of that move. So the reason why I'm saying that is because that's what I'm watching right now to tell me what's actually going on right now on a short-term basis. Lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, and a lower high again. We haven't actually even started to break even just one high yet. So that tells me this downward leg is still strong until we get that. If we do start to get a breaking above two highs, guess what? This downward leg is probably coming to an end, and then we may even start to see what? A bit of a short-term rally, pullback. It may be much stronger. We don't know, but to tell me when this downward leg is possibly coming to an end, that's when I'm utilizing that sort of motion through there. Let's go have a look at the good old gold market, and the gold is still starting to slowly continue down. And the big thing, guys, I want to share with you this. I want to talk about when it comes to any of the positions you're in right now, guys. If you're uncomfortable with any of the positions, right now, don't be doing something based on fear. But if you're uncomfortable, there's nothing wrong with just getting out of the markets, right? Cutting the losses short and then waiting for the re-enter. There's nothing wrong with that. And you know, one of the worst things you can do is just sit there and hold and hope and pray and hope and pray and hope and pray. You know, so I'm using that with gold because I know a lot of people are short-term traders with gold, which I believe long-term we're good, but short-term we don't know we're not sure what's gonna happen through there. And so, if I just look at, let me actually bring on some trend lines here. So, gold, I did have a few other trend lines here, but now gold is actually breaking these lows through here, and we're now coming down. Gold is probably gonna have a bit more downside to come. And I wouldn't be too surprised if we saw gold actually pull back down to this low level through here. Now, again, we may get that, but we're starting to down. I believe these lows down here. I believe these are the lows for many years to come. Because if we do get a breakdown like here, we're probably going to hold and then come straight back up like that. So that's what I'm seeing there with gold, guys. Long term, I've always been bullish with gold, but short term, I've got to listen to the market. If the market's starting to change on a short term basis, then hey, guess what? I have to change with it, right? Same for silver. Silver's one that's actually been definitely surprising me. Still a big movement down. We're still squeezing up into this triangle pattern. It's just going to be really interesting to see what actually happens here with silver. We're just not really doing much. We are in a very short-term oversold level, but it's going to be really interesting. And again, look at this here. This is what I'm watching for silver. Lower high, 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 and a lower high. So if we start to get something like that, right, breaking above two previous highs, then that may be this pullback here may be coming in, and we may get something like that. So it's going to be really interesting. Moving over now through to the mining stocks, and the mining stocks are very, I tell you right now, excuse me, the mining sector is definitely one that is definitely, I know, is freaking a lot of people out. But guys, guess what? Like I was saying in yesterday's video, this is good. This is a healthy pullback in the market. We went for an extraordinary move from like what? Down near 30 up to 42 really quickly, right? That's almost a 40% move in how long? What's that there? Yeah, just over 2.5 months. 40% move in 2.5 months. I didn't see the mining. I didn't see crypto doing that. Dislike, John. Dislike, John. Dislike. You'll be right. All right. But what I do see, guys, is this is a shake and bake. This is a shake and bake, baby. A shake and bake. What I mean by that is that the market's going up. We had a very big move up. Now we're getting the pullback through here, right? The market's shaking and baking, and it's going to start the week out. We may even have a bit more downside to come down to here, and then we start to see. Like, you think this is big. You wait to see the other end of this. Now that may be happening on the second half of this year by the time it does the high low and break up. But you think you know that 40% move here. You're probably going to expect a lot. This second leg. This is the first leg up. This second leg is going to be even greater because now we're establishing a very strong upward trend in the market. So there we go, guys. There's a bit of an update for you across the markets there. Just a little thing here before I forget, which is the fear and greed index. And we're getting now into 29 today. So no, we're not in the extreme fear. I want this thing pegging at 0. All right, because guys, when people are fearful, be greedy. When people be greedy, be fearful. And I want a big flush down. Get this thing pegging down to here somewhere. Let's actually get it down here, because that's down here. That's where it was in the vid situation, right? That whole cough situation happened in 2020. Guess what I was doing? Loading up. Guess what happened 12 months later? Oh, it's extreme greed, and then it went there, and then the market went up, and then you made money. So. Anyway, guys, that's it for me. Once again, guys, make sure you grab that 4 trading courses just for $4, or 4 trading systems for $4. Make sure you start to use some other techniques I'll talk about today when you start to exit those as well too. But I talk about exit rules more in those trading systems. And I've got a few extra bonuses as well too for this sale. So guys, this is for today. So go to Johns, JOHNS, flashsale.com to get my top 4 different trading systems that I use when I'm always looking at the markets. And they're over testing literally hundreds of different trading system courses and methods. These are my sort of top 4 to 5, because you get an extra few little extra bonuses in there as well too. Trading systems that I use to really help me when I'm looking at different patterns and different systems to utilize when trading these markets. And I'm not trading based off hope, but I'm trading based off, oh look, here's that pattern. Let's actually go ahead and trade it from a pattern perspective, not based from a hope perspective. And then massive probability. The one system I know you're gonna love is called the blast off system, and that is there's a pattern that happens before the market happens. When sometimes the market just goes absolutely just crazy? Well, sometimes there's a pattern that happens before the big blast off, and I'm going to share all that with you in that there. So anyway, guys, go over there right now. Go to Johns, JOHNS, flashsale.com to get that right now.